I take a little different philosophy from a lot of disc jockeys because I really view my role as a lot more than a disc jockey. It's more like the wedding is show business. In fact, it's the biggest show of your life for most of us. And my role is not just to play music, but I'm more like the director of the show. I always end up coordinating between the venue, the caterer, the photographer. I'm the one that controls the timeline of the event because I'll announce to everybody when it's time for dinner to be served, invocation, the toast, cutting of the cake, the first dance, father and daughter dance, any special events that we do. I'll announce group photographs, but I try not to talk too much. There's a danger a lot of DJs have of becoming the star of the show. For me, the prime directive is thou shalt not steal the bride's fire. The bride's the star of the show, and I'm the director. And that's a lot more than just a disc jockey. Well, it's all about the music. I could give you lists of songs. I have lists that literally look like a couple of phone books. But we stopped doing the song list thing years ago, and we would get lists back that were 17 hours worth of music that we obviously couldn't play in the course of a 4-hour reception. What works better, and what I feel like is a more personal touch in helping you plan your ideal wedding, is when we meet, I will have a laptop with all of the same music that's in our production system. In fact, I use it as a backup. We always have at least 2 of everything, including all of your special music. No matter what goes wrong, it will always go right because there's another one ready, always. But we can sit down and plan, here's the top party songs of all time. We've got, oh gosh, I add to this list almost weekly of first dance songs for bride and groom. And I get unique additions to this all the time. You would be surprised some of the things that brides and grooms will choose for their first dance. Father and daughter dances. We have a list of mother-son dances, and that list is growing quite a bit. There's a couple of artists just recently who've recorded songs just for that purpose that are actually pretty good. We've got lists of songs that you can do for the bouquet toss, the garter toss, the bridal party dance. Increasingly, we're doing more and more music for ceremonies. So when we meet and talk about what kind of music you like, do your playlists, and equally importantly, your don't play list. You know, everybody likes some kind of music, but people can get really passionate about the kinds of music they don't like. And you're the bride, it's your wedding. We're going to make a don't play list. And we'll make sure that you don't have to hear anything that you really don't like. I get asked, how much do you charge to DJ for a typical wedding? And I don't mean to be flip, but I say, I don't know, I've never done a typical wedding, and I hope I never do. All the weddings that I do, and I've limited the number that I will accept, are special and unique and custom designed to that bride's preferences, wishes. You know, every bride, from the time she's a little girl, has a vision of her dream wedding, her ideal, just the way she wants things to be. And sometimes it's very detailed. There's no way for anybody to satisfy a bride like that without learning what that vision is. And I take the time with my customers and do this. By the time your wedding comes around, we're going to know each other pretty well. I'm going to know an awful lot about you and your past. And we're going to take that and use that to try to match what we do to your vision of your ideal wedding. And that takes doing your homework. So when people call me and say, well, what do you charge to do a 4-hour wedding reception? I've never done a 4-hour wedding reception. It might last 4 hours, but I've done 20 to 26, 28, sometimes 30 hours of work behind the scenes before I even show up. And it shows. because we leave nothing to chance. Nothing. Your wedding is too important to trust to cheap equipment, not enough equipment, old, worn out equipment, rundown equipment. Every little detail. We go to great lengths to make sure that there will not be a problem on your wedding day. There's so many details to planning a wedding. To me, the most important one is the music and the entertainment, because we're the part that people are going to remember and talk about for years after your wedding. Her wedding was so much fun. My greatest value to a bride is to make sure that that's the one aspect of planning your wedding that you just don't have to worry about. You know it's in good hands. I'm going to bring all of my 30 years of experience in this business, all the hundreds of weddings that I've done, all the little details to make sure that everything goes smoothly. The timeline is just as you had envisioned it, and I will do everything in my power to make your dream come true. I look forward to meeting with you, learning what your vision of your dream wedding is, and making that happen for you.